Alright, YouTube, I'm going to try and do this as carefully as I can because I really don't want y'all seeing where I work right now because I'm just not there yet. But I figured I would give y'all a tool truck tour. So, I'll let y'all see that much. I work for a forklift company. I am a mobile forklift mechanic. I thought I'd give y'all a quick tour of my tool truck. Granted, everything's not exactly where I want it to be because some of the stuff still needs to come out from the previous tenant. Eventually, I still use some of it. And then I still have a bunch of tools in my regular toolbox that I don't use often enough to put them in here. So, we'll start in door number 1. This is most of my electric stuff. So, batteries, drills, impacts, the Milwaukees, screwdriver, bleeder kit for radiators, fire extinguisher, sawzall, all that kind of stuff. This is super awesome for when you're putting new gaskets on stuff. It's a electric angle die grinder. Really nice. I enjoy using that. Battery tester, hammer, scan tool for some things, scan tool for GLG, random pullers and clamps and rods to use to push seals in and out, that kind of thing. Door number 2 is my go-to door. This is the door I use the most often. It has basically all my hand tools or anything I really need. I got my Sharpies, pens, markers, because I like to mark everything I work on to show I was there. Puts a little more effort, and plus if somebody says, hey, y'all said you did this, but it doesn't look like it's been done, you can look for the mark. Now, there's a date, there's an hour, and then there's my little signature I put on it. And my Greenlee multimeter comes in handy all the time. I'll give you a little peek at it. I don't feel like digging it all the way out. Yeah, sorry about that. I have, these are seal spoons, I guess you would call them. They're made for doing seals in hydraulic cylinders to where you don't roll them over or tear them up. Because I have these guys I originally got, which do basically the same thing, but they have the sharp points on it and you can damage stuff if you're not careful. But they do come in handy still. As you can see, they're all greasy. Allen set, short sockets, self-soldering connectors, 1/4-inch drive kit, 3/8 drive, long sockets, manual voltmeter, if you can see it in there. Analog sometimes helps with some of the older stuff. Scope on a rope, set of Allen wrenches, my flashlights, which I enjoy a lot because they're magnetic and they're quite bright. I got 2 different ones. I got another one on order. I have 1 set of swivel sockets here. Let me go ahead and move all of this out the way. Put these guys back. Everything has its place. I try to keep it that way. Different security bits, regular gear wrench. Everything in here is metric because just about everything I work on is metric. Gotta have my boom box, that's very helpful. Pry bars and such. 1/2-inch stuff and ratchets. So these are my 3/8 ratchets in here too. I have to do a review on this. I really like this ratchet. Let's see if I can get this guy kind of up out of here. Normally it takes 2 hands. Let me set y'all down. Alright, so this is my little tray I had up here. I have my ratcheting snap-on wrenches with whatever their fancy grip is called. They're like little teeth in there. They work phenomenal. Got my American Airlines box, and it's got just my other random hand tools. So wrenches, pliers, battery cleaners. Little Husky electric ratchet I did a tool review on like 2-3 years ago. Sucker's still going and still works good. I do have a replacement coming for it because the only drawback of this ratchet, like I said before, is battery's internal. So once it goes dead, there's no swapping battery out. You have to charge it. That's the only complaint I have with it. And it's still, I mean, I ride around in this truck for a week. I'll charge it on Monday and it lasts the week. And that's if I'm not using it heavy. If I use it heavy, it might need to be replaced. But I use it because I'm too lazy to turn that. Because most of the time, that's what I do. So let's move on to door number 3. This is my chemicals, oils, and greases for the most part. So pretty, self-explanatory. Chemicals, oils, and greases. I have my air stuff in here, the very few things I do that are air powered, because I do have a compressor in the truck. Moving on, we are inside the back of the truck. So step back, you can see it's the shortest truck in the fleet, and I'm the biggest dude in the fleet, which is kind of funny, ironic I guess. My favorite grease gun with the lock and lube on it, jump leads, gloves, another fire extinguisher, box of rags, antifreeze, oils, hydraulics, soap 'em up pads, mobile creeper, cones to put out because people like to park an inch and a half from you where you can't work, box of random hydraulic fittings, bunches of handbooks, water antifreeze, hydraulic, that one's full of just ATF, this one all the way in the front just full of transmission gear oil, random sockets, drain pan, my granddad's tool caddy that I still use because a lot of places you go you gotta go walk. And so even with that, I have these 2 bags in here which have some stuff in them like random hand tools. But some places you go, you gotta walk a good ways to get to what you're working on. So, compressor that came with the truck, it works good. I do is I just turn the gas on, get it going, shut the gas back off. By the time it runs out of gas, the tank's full and I can do whatever I need to, fill up tires or whatever. Spare gas, 30-ton bottle jack. That is a substitute for a person because a lot of forklifts have a seat switch and they will not operate anything without the weight of a person. So that's a nice 90-pound piece of steel. Maybe 80 pounds, I don't know, it's heavy. And then that one is a high idle, aka it's a 20-pound piece of steel you set on the accelerator pedal. Here would be my jack. I so happen to have pulled it out to work on something and I forgot to put it back in here. It's like next to the truck. Moving further, hose reel, bunches of spare parts, like all kinds of different stuff, bulbs, starter motors. If I get to a job to where I don't know what I'm working on, most of the time what I need is up here. More just, those are all partials, hand cleaners, big thing I need to have. We'll come down, trash bucket, drippings bucket, as you can see by the white label, because this is where I put my used oils. And I also have one more bucket behind that for additional used oil if it comes to it. Form a funnel, super useful. And then a set of heavy gloves for like when I'm dealing with the jack or chains or stuff, because the regular gloves pinch and rip real easy. Alright, gotta have the vise. Vise is a big deal. This is my lifting and supporting drawer, so I have ratchet straps, turnbuckles. I do have some punches and stuff in here just because this is an empty spot I had. Lifting straps for pulling batteries, chains for supporting stuff, blocking, or dunnage wood I guess you would call it, for lifting and supporting, you know, forklifts and all. So pretty simple on that one. Next one down, this is my, what you call it, specialty, like fasteners and all. So I have fasteners, whole bins all organized, so I'll let you see. So number 10s, number 8s, all the washers, grommets and body clips and stuff, so all pretty organized. Whole bunch of fuses, full of terminals, tap and die kit, screw extraction kit / drill bits, drill that needs to go on the other side, just random boxes of just stuff that sometimes I use, and then like roll pins, that kind of things in here. And then we're to the last door. This is my kit tool door. So if it's not loose, it goes in here. So each of these is a kit. So I have like flare nut wrenches, crow's foots. These are, I literally just got them last week. They're the long reach flat wrenches. They get down like if you're changing idler pulleys and stuff, that's what they're for. Another set of these that needs to go on the other side. O-rings, ball joint press, which I forgot I had in here. More Allen keys, more drill bits. And we'll go through some of the stuff on the bottom here because I need to do reviews on a lot of this. It's just one of those taking the time to do so. I may do some of them today just because I'm, you know, not doing much. It is a Saturday, and I actually am not doing anything, so I've managed to lock them all in. All right, we'll start with this one. Move everybody down. Pretty sure this one is, yep, more Allen wrenches. So these are Cornwell brand. I've used them a couple times. You can see they're all pretty clean still. I mean, they're Allen wrenches, they work. It's a set all the way from, I think, 4mm or 3-point-something millimeter. 5mm, oh, these are in quarter, that's right, 1/4-inch ones to replace the ones on the other side that broke. So, there's that. Moving on, this one is regular sockets. They're chrome, they do the job, and they're more of a thin wall, see, which I do use these fairly often with the 3/8 ratchets and stuff. They're thin wall, they're convenient. This is another set of 3/8. This one is swivel sockets. Two hands. Right, see, swivel sockets. Which I have a couple 3/8s in here too. They work great. I've already broken this one. I'm waiting for him to bring me back one. But I was also hammering, just beating on it with the impact to try and break a bunch of axle nuts loose. So it took a lot, and that's the one I use the most often, so it's understandable. But I'm waiting for him to bring me the actual one. That's one thing I could do a review on tool services. So you get what you pay for one. So yes, you do see a lot of that around the truck. That's because I get what I pay for. He is here every week. I have a cell number. If I break something today, I can, hey man, can you get this for me Monday? Boom, waiting for me on Monday. He'll be here. Or during the work week, I call him, where are you at? He'll tell me, we'll meet up. I have my new tool within, 15 minutes. Cornwell, on the other hand, I sometimes have to wait a month or two because he has to order it. So it's a little frustrating, but still he honors the warranty and everything. I mean, there's stuff like these. These are speed wrenches. So they're regular ratchet wrenches, but the way this head is made, you can ratchet on a fastener. So once you crack it loose, you can use these to get it off. So if you don't, say it's a really long thread, or you can't get to it, or it's like a hydraulic fitting or something, or a brake line, you can't get around it to use the ratchet, and sometimes you got threads that deep into something. You use these things, they're really convenient. Throwaway Harbor Freight thin wall set. They're just, this is like what I put in my bag if I'm going inside somewhere. That way I'm not bringing my nice ones, I don't have to worry about them disappearing. We have a hand impact driver. I mean, if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Another set of Harbor Freight drill bits. I haven't broken any, and they're all fairly sharp still, so that's pretty good for them. Let's see, this is a, I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's for wiring. I can't even think of the stupid name of it. It's a circuit tester, power probe. Snap-on's version of a power probe. Works fantastic. I love the thing. You can use it to test circuits, test for powers, grounds. I mean, it saves me so much time when I'm trying to find a problem with electrical. We have axle sockets, which is just extra large, regular impact sockets, all the way up to, I think, 30-something millimeter. So, use those often enough for like pulling lug nuts on forklifts. And then this is a set of snap ring pliers. All different styles, different sizes. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I still have more tools inside, battery chargers, all that kind of stuff, but this is what I carry on my truck with me every day. One more thing on the other side I forgot to show you. One of my most proud wrenches. Let's see. Go back in here because I didn't show the very back of this. is for hydraulics. It's a big giant pipe wrench, but the way it works is as you pull on it, it clamps itself shut. So the harder you pull this way, the harder it bites, which is super nice. And then, you know, your usual hammers and ratchets. But yeah, that's about it. That's my daily carry. Keep my truck at least mostly organized as much as I can. But tell me what you think. Comment, rate, subscribe. If you see anything you want me to go into more detail about, throw it in the comments. Have an awesome day.